computer. Hello, hello. We're live in the Facebook group. We are recording now. And yeah, let's go ahead and let everybody into the space. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, darlings. Hi, Natalie. Oh, so good to see you. I'm gonna come over to the gallery view while you guys are flooding into the room. If you feel called to come on camera, it would be amazing to see you. Bentley, Jessica. Oh, my heart, I got chills. Oh, and tears. Casper. Oh, I'm feeling so emotional. Guys, it takes a lot to get here to this point, this exact moment. Many, 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 many months pouring into this container, into this space, and to see you guys here officially. Oh, so touched. I'm so excited for this journey. Say hello. Say hello in the chat. Let us know where you are dialing in from. Such a pleasure to be with you guys. We're gonna give everyone a few more moments to funnel into the space before we officially get ready to blast off in this incredible quantum spaceship. I'm gonna come over to the chat so you can see what you guys are sharing. Finland, wow. Jenny, hello. We got Amanda in Houston, I want to say my hometown, but essentially where I grew up. Washington State, Lisa in Canada. We've got Colorado, Miss Jess, it's so good to see you. Bentley, I love you, darling. We got Denver.
I remember where I
Bonnie.
came from. I remember
hello,
connected to the heavens.
Oh, so many of my favorite souls.
What a gift to be awake.
So many of my favorite
as we
souls are
enter
here.
the golden age. The wisdom
Anthony
of the
and Althea
temples,
are
the
my
arts
behind the
that got
scenes
lost.
tech experts supporting in this event and this experience. So let's say thank you, Anthony and Althea.
By the priestesses
And
of the
Anthony, I have a gentle request. If you could support in the muting, because sometimes some of the people coming in, especially on the phone, they don't automatically mute. And we'll definitely have times where you guys can unmute and say hello and share your voice in this space. In fact, that's my prayer, to get to know each and every one of you during our time here together. Because, man, we know in the digital age, we can have that, especially with what happened years ago, right? We feel more and more disconnected. And I think we're all really craving community and connection. At least I know I am. So I want to connect with you guys. I want to get to know you guys. I want to get to know your prayers, your dreams, your desires, your yearnings, your missions, and how I can support to make that happen. I have a secret. It's an easy secret, but it's funny. Here we are at this event, Ignite Your Purpose. And a big part of it is the discovery, the uncovery of what is your purpose? Why are you here? But my belief is, from the moment you took your first breath on this planet, you have been living your purpose. There's nothing you actually need to find, because it's actually innate to who you are. But we have this desire, this yearning when we start our spiritual journey. It's like, what is it? What is it? I want to find it. I want to know. The human mind likes to know the things. It likes clarity. Miss Bonnie, there you go. Thanks, darling. And I do hope and pray, in fact, I know without a doubt, if you are here joining this experience and you choose to play full out and show up for these 9 days, on the other side, you're going to know yourself more intimately than most people know themselves in their entire life. On the other side of this experience, I can promise you, even if you've been living your purpose, even if you have a business doing something that you love, on the other side of this experience, I promise you, you're going to have deeper insight, greater clarity, and you're going to have an action plan. You're actually going to have a very clear plan on what you can do. You can leave this container, this space, and start taking action right away to be fulfilling your purpose and to be making money, doing something you love, if that is something that you desire. If it is not around actually making money, if your desire is not necessarily visibility impact, then I promise you, you're still going to have an action plan that is perfectly designed for you. All right. So if you guys know me, and we're going to talk a little bit more, you're going to get to know me, we're going to get to know each other, then you know how I like to start all of my calls is with a presence practice. Because what I know to be true is that we are energy, frequency, vibration, we are consciousness. And as we navigate life, especially we go to sleep at night and we're traveling all over the place, and then we come back into these human bodies in the morning and we might not feel fully grounded and fully present. And then we start navigating life and things start to happen and we kind of leave a snail trail of our energy with the people that we interact with and engage with the places that we go. And so for me, this presence practice is not just a one-time thing. It's a regular, consistent, like I'm going to get myself aligned because my frequency is what people feel and my presence is my currency. And I want to be fully present in the current moment with everything that I do. So if you guys want to do this practice with me, I invite you. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take some rolling breaths. And in these rolling breaths, I'm going to invite you to open your mouth and either make a sigh, a sound, or if it feels good, just to keep your lips closed and make a hum. The sound is important. The reason being is it moves energy. Anything dense or stuck helps clear your channel, your pathways so that you can open up to receive. It creates mental clarity. It helps shift your emotional state. It helps presence you in your body. The hum actually brings you into your body. It activates the vagus nerve. It calms the nervous system. It downregulates the amygdala. It brings on your prefrontal cortex, which is your reasoning center. It's where your ideas come online. So we're going to do about 10 rolling breaths to just presence ourselves in this space and to help clear our energy. And on the final one, I'm going to invite you guys to hold it at the top. And then we'll let a big final sigh out. And you can close your eyes during this or you can keep them open. I'll instruct you to close your eyes at the end and then we'll do a little bit of energy work and then we'll really be ready for the magic of this day and to truly open this portal. All right, let's do some rolling breaths together. Okay, so big deep breath in. And just keep rolling. This is gonna be the final one. So we're gonna hold it, big deep breath in and hold it at the top, holding it in. Lock your root, your perineum, bring your belly in, bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And if you can, bring your awareness to your third eye and just hold it right there and just let yourself float, floating in the stillness and the 0 point energy. This is where we touch the divine and just holding it. You've got this for another 3, 2, and 1. Release, opening. Maybe give yourself a little shimmy, a little shake. All right, we're going to close our eyes if you haven't done so already. And I invite you to bring your attention, your awareness to your heart space, your high heart in the center of your chest, where your attention goes, your energy flows. So go ahead and bring your attention to the center of your being, to the seat of your soul, to the infinite, limitless part of who you are. And I invite you to feel, sense, see, or imagine that there is a golden seed of light right there in your chest. And through the power of your intention, we're going to invite this golden seed of light to turn on. Just feel the warmth of this sparkly gold energy. And we're going to invite it to become a magnet. And as it does, I invite back all parts of you. Invite back your consciousness, your awareness, all soul fragments. And just feel this energy return back. Feel your energy coming back to your heart. We're going to invite our energy back from any people that you've interacted with, from any places that you've been, whether that be physical or non-physical. Inviting it back from people, places, dimensions, realities. Just keep on breathing on each in breath, feeling more collected, more present, more embodied. And we're going to drop down. We're going to invite this golden seed of light to now move through the center column of our being. We're going to drop it down, down, down. And I want you to really feel it. This is a somatic practice. I want you to feel this seed of light as it moves through your central column. And it's going to move down, down, down now like an elevator into the solar plexus. Cleansing, clearing, purifying all energy centers, meridians, nadis as it moves through your being. We're going to feel it go down, down, down into the sacral. If you are a woman, into the womb as well. And if you are a man, into the hara. And you don't have to know what that is, just the intention of it alone. It will do what it needs to do. Bringing it down now into the root. Just let it swirl around there as you're accessing safety. You are safe. It is safe to be fully here, present. There's nowhere else you need to be. And then we're going to invite that energy to move down your legs, your knees, out the feet. And now just drop, grow roots of light, golden light, down, 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 through the earth's many layers, down, 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 until you find yourself at the crystal core, the heart of Mother Earth. I invite you to take your golden roots of light and trace or draw an infinity sign as you find yourself anchoring into the heart of our planet. And as you do, you might feel a little tug of energy on your root. You're going to connect to the energy of sustenance. She's got everything that you need. Connecting to the energy of being held. Feel yourself being held and sustained and supported underneath you. Coming into even deeper presence into your body. And now we're going to pause for another brief moment before we now invite that energy, this stream of light, to flow back up your roots. Back up, 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 sipping it up, kind of like a straw. Back, up, 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 up. And you're going to stay grounded, but we're bringing this energy, this stream of energy up now. And now feel it. Feel it as it starts to come up your feet, your toes. This kind of sparkly, iridescent energy. Feel it as it moves up your legs, your thighs. Feel it as it comes up your root, your grounding cord. Feel it now as it moves up the central column into the sacral, into the solar plexus, and now back into the heart. We're going to invite the light of Creator, of God, of Source, whatever it is that you call the divine, the light of higher awareness or consciousness, to begin flooding down from our sun, the light of God, to start coming down, down, down the stream of light, this waterfall of light, as it enters into the Earth's atmosphere and now comes all the way down, down, down to your crown, the top of your head, and just feel this warm, sparkly, iridescent light like honey move down your head, your neck, your shoulders, bringing more presence and relaxation. Bringing it down into the throat, and then down finally into the heart. And just feel as these two energies of heaven and earth come together within your being, the masculine, the feminine. Feel as you center yourself in your heart, as all separation, all duality, all polarity comes into unity, into harmony. We're going to take a few breaths with the intention, the visualization of building the toroidal field around you. So we're going to simultaneously receive from heaven and earth through the crown and feet and root, crossing at the heart, and then the energy is going to flood and make that kind of toroidal apple-like shape. So let's do 3 breaths, building up our toroidal field. Big deep breath in. 2 more. 1 more. And I personally work with angels. If you don't work with angels and you don't resonate with those beings, to me, they're just beings of light, fractals and aspects of God, of the Creator, benevolent beings that offer love and protection. We're going to call in the angels, or it can be the 4 corners and some indigenous traditions of the north, south, east, west, above us and below us, to create a beautiful container of protection to hold us in this sacred alchemical container, to seal us in this energy of love and light. We're going to call in the divine. That might be your spirit guides. That might be your higher self, Creator, God of the Most High, ascension teams, divine teams that you work with at soul level and above, to be here with us now, to be here with us always, to guide us, to assist us during our path, our journey, to fulfill our soul purpose, our soul's mission, our divine assignment on this planet, to create something beautiful that allows us to give back to the world, to help make this world a better place. May we each be in service to truth and love and unity and freedom and whatever other values you hold in your heart. I invite you now to set a clear and personal and empowered intention and place it in your heart. What is it that you want to get out of this experience? These 9 days, what do you want to receive? What kind of clarity do you want to have? What kind of breakthrough miracles are you calling forward? You can say it out loud as a prayer. You can just intend it in your heart, in your head. You can visualize it in its completion, and you in celebration and gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And may these intentions, these prayers reverberate out into the quantum field and be received and magnetized and brought back to us in perfect divine timing. And may we trust and to surrender to the divine orchestration of perfection, releasing attachment to what it's going to look like or the how, and just trusting. We've got everything that we need. You've got everything that you need already within you to fulfill your purpose, your divine assignment, your soul mission, and to prosper, to thrive, to receive abundantly for the value that you bring into this world. Trust that your prayers, your mission is God's dream for you, Creator's dream for you to be lived and experienced through you as you. Trust that it's not a matter of when, because you've always been on purpose. You've always been on mission. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's all going to happen in perfect divine timing. And there's no destination. There's no destination. It's the journey. It's the journey of who you become along the way. That's what you're here for. This is your heroes and sheroes journey. Trust the journey of who you're becoming, the remembrance of who you already are. Let's take a deep breath together to kind of crystallize those intentions. And whenever you're ready, you can flutter your eyes open and bring yourself back into the space. How are you doing? How are you feeling after that experience? Are you feeling more present? Are you feeling more ready for what we've got, for this journey that we're embarking upon? I know I do. It's been a wild morning, and I'm just deeply grateful to be here with you all. All right. I'm going to pull up some slides so we can get ourselves started. I would love to hear how y'all are doing and feeling as you are starting to come back into your bodies. Anna says, thank you. Tassin says, soft and open. Jessica says, amazing. Lisa with a beautiful purple heart. Natalie says, thank you so much. Feeling seen. I love it. Energized, tears of joy. Oh, Jessie, teared up a little, says Shawneen. I'm teared up. I have a feeling just the emotions are beautifully intense. And so I can imagine there's gonna be a lot of emotion in this space. So I love it. Good, grounded, more present, more regulated. Yes, please. Fresh and clean. Yes. Peaceful, grateful. The reset that you needed. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to share my slide deck because we've got a really full day, you guys. Yes. We started with prayer. We started with beautiful space opening. This is just the start. This is a journey. I've created a journey. If you guys thought that you were going to come and just sit and receive for this experience, this might not be the experience for you because this is a action-taking journey. Like this is an action-taking immersion. And the reason for that is because our mission, our purpose doesn't get fulfilled just waiting around for it to come to us. Like there's actually parts and aspects of it that are going to be that easy, I promise you. And it's going to require you to take action, to get really clear and to take action. And so we're going to take action. And what I've developed for you, and it's nothing that I've seen before. And again, I'm going to reiterate, believe me when I say that if you show up and you play full out on the other side of this experience, you will experience breakthroughs, transformation, greater clarity, and you will have a really clear picture of exactly what you are here to do and how you can make money if you desire doing that thing with a clear 30, 60, 90-day action plan that you can start implementing right away so that you can take advantage of the stellar alignment of what we're going through right now. Last year, the year of the snake, and the years prior have been challenging. They've been difficult. They've asked us to slow down, go within, shed even more, right? To do the work. We've been doing the work. We've been doing the work. Sometimes we get tired of doing the work. But this year, we are primed. We are being invited to show up and take action. We are being invited to now take all the work that we've done and to show up as the person that we are on the other side of this experience, and to now create beautiful momentum in the year of the fire horse. It's also a year one, which is an invitation for new beginnings. And it's also an invitation to start something new. And maybe that's a business. Maybe that's a refresh or a redefinement of your current business. Maybe it's a mission. Maybe it's a mission that is a healing center. It doesn't have to actually be a service. It can be, maybe there's a mission in your heart. I'm stalling a little bit here as I'm like distracted trying to get the presentation moving. Okay, I'm gonna try not to do two things at once now. You lost visual? Yeah. Oh, it could be because I'm bouncing around here. So I'm gonna share. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna move this over here. That I think will help. Give me a moment. Day one, trying to get back into like the swing of things for Zoom, because I've also got like 18 tabs open, and I think that's kind of how my brain operates too. I'm sure you guys can relate. Got it? All right. I don't think that quite worked as I wanted. Let me see. Yeah, 18 tabs open in the brain at all times. Okay. We're getting there, I promise. Presenter view, present and record. No. So we're gonna full screen this. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna go into presenter view. I'm gonna just full screen this, and I'm gonna share my screen. We're getting there. Screens, desktop one. There we go. Okay. Ignite your purpose. Now that I'm shared, I can't get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna stop share because I want to bring this over here so I can see you guys. We're getting there. Present. We're getting there. You're gonna see my behind the scenes here for a moment, and that's gonna be okay because I want to get ta-da. Okay, y'all should be able to see the screen, right? Yeah. Okay, so we already moved to opening practice. I want to give you a little idea of what we're navigating, because this is a really full event. We've got lots of beautiful things, beautiful offerings for you. So we are meeting twice a day, and the way you can get most out of this experience, if twice a day feels overwhelming for you, I get it, I understand. Try to make as many sessions as you can, as you're available for. You will have time to catch up on the weekends. Replays are uploaded within about an hour, so you can watch them on your own time if need be. The way that most people navigate this to not feel overwhelmed, because we don't want you to feel overwhelmed, we want you to feel excited for what's being offered here, and we want you to get the most out of this experience as you can. So the morning sessions, these are the soul purpose activations with me. Today is going to be a little bit more of explaining the flow, the intention, and I'm gonna show you guys this incredible resource. It is a workbook, it is a tracker, and it is a way in which you're gonna work with AI to essentially synthesize your purpose into crystallized form, in addition to so much more. We're gonna show you that here in a little bit. And So the most you can coming in the morning, we're going to talk about, we've got really beautiful activational topics. So your cosmic signature, your energetic blueprint, your genetic blueprint, lived wisdom, the architecture of your mind, and then what drives you, your core motivation, your superpowers in action, opportunities and marketing positioning, and then the synthesis of your prosperity blueprint, how you can make money doing what you love, how you are uniquely designed to prosper in this world through the fulfillment of your purpose and to self-actualize. In the afternoon, we've got 16 incredible speakers. We've got John Burgos and Joshua Draper today, both incredible men. I love that we've got men opening the container, and then we've got 2 men closing the container on the final day, Wednesday. So it feels like we're being held by the masculine energy with the feminine flowing in between, which is really beautiful. We've got Alyssa, Jennifer, Zoe, Yaritza, Alchemia, and Lola, Antoinette, Chelsea, Io, Jonathan, Carla, Jessica, Tyson, and Vision Battlesword. And then we're going to have Thursday off. So that's another great day. So you'll have this weekend and you'll have Thursday to catch up on replays and the home play practices. And then we're going to come back for Friday to close it out. Friday will be the synthesis of your prosperity blueprint. It will also include a 30, 60, 90-day plan that you're going to create with AI that is in alignment with your blueprint that we've detailed and documented and really uncovered through the first 8 days. So that again, you can do something with this. This is an action-taking immersion. And on the other side of this, my prayer is that whatever has held you back from taking action on fulfilling your grander purpose, that we've broken through that, any sort of, I don't know, or, any limitations or uncertainty or confusion, that on the other side of this, you're like, okay, not only do I know, I have an action plan that is aligned with who I be. This is my path to prosperity, and this is what I can start doing today. So we won't have an afternoon session. That will be our final session on Friday. So, and then of course you'll have the weekend again to integrate and catch up on replays. The replays will be available for 48 hours. So you'll have the replays through Saturday and Sunday. And then those of you who have purchased unlimited replays, you guys will get emailed your login information and you will continue to have access. The replay portal will close down and it will require a login. As of right now, everybody can get into the replay portal. It's open and accessible to all. And then we will make that change on the end of Sunday. We'll let you guys know. You'll have plenty of emails, plenty of reminders that will come through. So your divine assignment, your life purpose, it's your soul mission, it's your calling, it's your dharma. This is what we're here for. This is what the event is titled and called. And again, as I mentioned, it's so much more than just discovery. It's actually to ignite, to blaze the path for the actual fulfillment of you taking action, so that on the other side of this, you're like, okay, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm here to do, and I know how to do it. So the human longing, it is truly a longing. I don't know if you guys can relate. I can. It was a longing for me in my heart for years, for meaning to life, and for fulfillment, to feel fulfilled. That has been a driving factor for me and in my corporate years, and why I bounced around from job to job, career path to career path, because I was looking for fulfillment and I wasn't able to find it in any of the things that I was doing. And this is something that flows from deep within you. It's the potential you hold. It's what you're called to do and create in this world. And I do believe it to be a spiritual quest, this journey of becoming. And it's your ability to connect with something greater than yourself, and a yearning to really use your strengths, what you're gifted at, what you're talented at, your life experiences, the wisdom that you've gained to actually make a difference in the world. And my belief is it's actually your expression of the divine in this world. That the one infinite creator, if this is a belief you hold and carry, created of itself to know itself, and that fractalized out. And so you are part of that creator. And so your dreams, your purpose, your mission, your calling, your dharma is actually creator God's dreams to be lived and experienced through you as you. So what a beautiful journey it is, the human journey of essentially self-actualization through our purpose. So I have a feeling that you guys fall into one of these categories. And if you do, this is exactly who I created this experience for, because I've been every single one of these at some point in time. Um, and and I can relate deeply. And so I'm going to read these out loud. And then once I get on the other side, I want you to tell me which one is you. Visionary Dreamer will be Run, Rising Star 2, Initiated Leader 3. So if you are a visionary dreamer, and I just want to get an idea as to where you guys are, because that way I can really tailor the intention and the delivery of the content throughout our 9 days to the mass majority of where you guys are at. So the visionary dreamer, so kind of feel this, hear this, and see if this is you. You feel it. You feel it, that deep, persistent knowing that you are here to make a difference, that you are here to help others and to do work that actually means something. Maybe you're not sure what your strengths are or what your purpose is, or perhaps you actually do have a sense of what your calling is. But fear has whispered that you're not ready, you don't know enough, maybe it's too late or too risky or too much. Or maybe you've let the I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to start a business. I don't know how to create a program or an offer. I don't know how to market online. I don't know how to find clients. And that has kept you from taking action. And so the wisdom inside of you has been waiting. But now you're feeling ready. You're feeling the energy of the fire horse. You're feeling the energetic momentum, and you're ready. You're ready to get clear on your neat gifts, and you're ready to fulfill the purpose that you were born to fulfill. The rising stars that are in this space, you're already living your purpose, which I actually do believe. I'll reiterate again. Every single one of you is actually living your purpose. From the moment that you took your first breath on the planet, you have been on purpose. Trust that. And we're going to see throughout this journey how true that is. You've maybe even built something around it. Perhaps you've already built a business or an offering, or you're holding circles, you've done retreats. Maybe you're already fulfilling that purpose through a soul-aligned business or offering that you're sharing with the world. But perhaps that prosperity piece hasn't quite yet clicked. Maybe you're still figuring out how to turn your gifts into consistent income. Or maybe you've been keeping your purpose as kind of a side dream rather than a full commitment. Perhaps you have a job or a family, you're a mom or your dad, and it takes up a lot of your time. And you maybe started this business with a prayer that one day that's going to replace my income. One day I'm going to be doing this full time. But it's been a year or 2 years or 3 years and it hasn't happened yet, because you haven't been able to fully commit because time and life has gotten in the way. Or maybe you've been doing that thing full time and you're starting to feel like, gosh, I should be further along by now. Like I should have more clients. I should be making more income. Maybe this isn't right for me. Is this truly sustainable? Is there something more? And I want to tell you, you have not come this far to give up or quit. I can't tell you how many times I meet soulpreneurs, service-based entrepreneurs that start their business a couple years into it. They're not making sustainable income. And they're like, am I going to have to go get another job working for somebody else, doing something I don't necessarily love just so that I can pay my bills? If that's where you're at, there's no shame in that, because believe me, I have been there. I have been there. You just haven't figured out. There's some piece that is missing, and what my prayer is that during our event, you're going to figure out what that piece is. Maybe you've been trying to follow somebody else's blueprint. You've found all these coaches, these mentors, and they've been telling you what their path to success looked like, and you're trying to copy and emulate it, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like how you actually want to show up. Maybe it's the offer. Maybe it's the way, the language that you're using to speak to your ideal clients. We're going to uncover what might not be an actual alignment and what we can refine so that that piece, that prosperity piece, that sustainable success can fall into place. So you're ready to crack that prosperity code. You're ready to increase your impact. You're ready to increase your visibility. You're ready to serve more clients, help more people, and experience abundance from your soul's work. Or maybe you're the initiated leader. You've been wildly successful. You know exactly what it feels like to be in your power, passionately living your purpose. But the last few years have been an initiation. They've asked you to slow down. They've asked you to shed, to go within, and to rediscover who you're becoming. And now on the other side of it, you're like, okay, what I've been offering isn't it. That was beautiful. It was part of my purpose at that time, but a new soul mission and assignment is coming in, and it's time to up level, and I'm ready to offer something else that is more in alignment with who you be today. And you might know exactly what that is, or you might still be in a state of like, okay, I'm open to receiving and working in conjunction with the divine. What is that? So my prayer is that during our time here, you get really, really clear. You're ready to rise again, wiser and more aligned than ever before, to refine and deliver an offer that feels so good for where you're at today. And before you do, you want to get really clear. What is my heart's true north? And what makes you utterly replaceable in this world? You're offering solutions to real problems that people are experiencing and navigating. And what makes you the person that they're going to come to and receive support and guidance from? And the reality is the more clear we get on who we are, the more clear we're able to communicate that so that our people can find us, because we've got soulmate clients out there that are just waiting for you. No matter where you're at, they're waiting for you to show up. People that you're here to serve and support, people that you're here to make a difference in their lives. There are people that are waiting for you. They're like, you're the person that's going to change it all for me. I love this. I got this little, Spirit just guided my eyes down here. I got this little, it's like a little oracle thing. And it says, if you could only sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet. A quote from Fred Rogers. And there's so much truth in that. Like, there are people out there that are just waiting for you guys to show up. They're like, we've soul contracted. We've made that decision that you are the person that I am going to work with. And you're going to hold me and support me because you've gone through exactly what I'm going through now. And you're on the other side, and I trust you and I know you, and they're waiting for you to show up so they can find you. So we're going to help you show up. This is me. Hello. Hi. I know a lot of you, and a lot of you are new to my world. And we're going to get to know each other deeper during this container. My mission has also evolved and changed and shifted over the years. And last year, as I went through the year of the snake, I went through the process I'm guiding you guys through today, or the next 2 weeks. Spirit said, sit down, honey, and go back to square zero and get really clear on who you are and what you are uniquely designed to deliver and offer the world. And in that journey, I was like, oh, wow, okay. It's so radically clear that my background, my skills, my expertise in corporate America and uncovering my purpose and fulfilling it and creating a business, that is what I'm here to do. So my mission is to support visionaries like every one of you in getting really clear on your purpose so that you can build a prosperous soul-aligned business by translating your gifts, your wisdom, and your life experiences into my background, which is aligned structure and strategy and income. I spent over 10 years in high-level corporate sales. I trained under some of the greatest business sales training, corporate sales training programs out there. I've won many awards and accolades over the years. I was in data, tech, IT, and then I moved into medical device sales, selling to doctors, and then I went into commercial real estate. I have a pretty epic resume when it comes to business and sales and marketing. I graduated with a marketing degree, honors, and a full scholarship at Texas State University. And so I was just looked back over the last 4 years, I've been doing spiritual inner transformational work. And I just looked back at my resume, my life resume, and I realized, wow, I can blend the two. I can blend the last 8 years of transformational work I've done for myself, in addition to the last 3.5 years of transformational work that I've done working with others, the results that I've been able to help them achieve and lives that have been changed from the work that we've done. I can blend that and work with soulpreneurs to truly offer deep inner transformation, to blend the spiritual with the practical, to blend the deep inner transformation with tangible business strategy so that your gifts can become embodied, expressed, and financially supported. So if you are somebody that wants to grow your impact and income, you're in the right place. And if you just want to grow your impact, you're also in the right place. So let's get through some of what I call the 3D details. So I invite you to check your emails where you send out daily emails. And in those emails, there's replays, there's free gifts, there's the social links for all the speakers, and other goodies will be dropped into that space. The replays are going to be available, as I had mentioned, about an hour. They're in the Facebook group right away. So if you guys have not joined the Facebook group, that is a beautiful place to connect with each other, with your soul family. And so join the Facebook group if you have Facebook. If you don't, I know Bonnie doesn't have a Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, then this is your kind of space to connect. And I might change to a different platform in the coming years. And then they'll be in the replay portal within about an hour to 2 hours after each session. Replays will be available for 48 hours after the event ends. And the replay bundle is actually available just today for $22 because I didn't have the time to change the price. So if you guys have not gotten the replays and you want to get the replays, Anthony's going to drop the link in the chat and probably in the Facebook as well. And you can get the replay bundle today for $22. Tomorrow it's going to go up nominally, but it's going to still go up. And then finally, again, one final invitation. Don't sit on the sidelines, you guys. Please don't sit on the sidelines. Like, if you're going to come and invest your time, energy, and attention into being here, then I invite you to close out the browsers, set aside time, put this in your calendar, and show up when you have the space to do so, and to do the daily home play assignments. That is where the magic is. There's magic in coming and connecting in this community and feeling inspiration. That being in this field alone is really powerful. But to really get the most out of this experience, you're going to need to do the home play assignments. And when you see what they are, when you see how my partner Vision is going to come on later because candidly, he's been coding this spreadsheet for days and days and days. He spent so many hours on the coding of a spreadsheet. I don't know if you know that you guys can code a spreadsheet, but it is so beautiful and intuitive, and it's got drop downs, and then by completing here, it then checks boxes over here. But I was talking to him this morning and he was like, Lacee, we cannot give this away for free on the other side of this. He was like, this needs to be sold. He was like, this is the most he's like, I've never seen anything out there like this. He's like, this is the most comprehensive like system for finding out what you're here to do, and the depth in which these prompts, I've got prompts, soul reflection prompts. He's like, the depth within these prompts, ask them to go. He was like, I think this might be too much. I was like, no, honey, like, no, it's not too much. Like, I want to go deep. My intention was to go deep. My intention, like, a lot of these systems aren't going to be new to you. My intention was for you to get something out of this that you have never had before, like never seen or known about yourself. My intention is for you to have the deepest insight on the other side of this experience. And so, I mean, it's robust. It is robust. We will be selling this as a product in the future because it's amazing. It's really quite incredible. So everything has been curated for you to experience clarity, breakthroughs, and to take inspired action on the other side of this. And you'll get the most by completing all of them, and you'll see more what I'm talking about when we get to there. So just again, a gentle reminder, soul purpose activation session. Those are the morning sessions with me. We'll do a somatic energy practice. It'll change a little bit each day. Then we'll do a purpose transmission and activation. Today we have a little less time for that because there's so much to share with you guys, but we're going to go deeper in the coming days. There's just so much rich, robust things to teach and share. Like I was sitting there in prayer with God, and I hope that word doesn't trigger any of you guys. For me, I didn't use the word God for years. I used the word source, creator, divine, universe. And I got the opportunity to reclaim that word for myself. I did grow up as a Christian. And to me, I saw God as a very limited understanding of the divine, as this man, and who was a little judgmental, sitting in his chair, like, I created you, but you must repent for your sins so that you can be saved. And so it took me many years before I could come back to using that word in a way that didn't feel distorted. So I hope that word feels okay with you. If it doesn't, then I invite you to just replace that word with source, creator, divine, whatever you call the higher power that you connect to. And we will have some time. I'll introduce the home play exercise. Each day I'll introduce it to you and show you how you unlock the page for it. And then we'll have some closing connection. I always leave space at the end of every call in the morning so you guys can come on and share your voice, share what you've been going through, what you've been navigating, anything beautiful, any breakthroughs that you've experienced, any insights that you've had that you're just like, I gotta share this. We'll have space to hear from you. And then the afternoon mentorship sessions are 2 speakers, back-to-back, 45 minutes each, and many of them have guided practices for you. We've got psychic channels who are going to be doing psychic, field work. We've got oracles that are going to be working in the quantum to kind of see where the blockages of are within your internal system for you to fulfill your purpose. We've got just some really incredibly interesting people that are they're gonna lead maybe potentially EFT, breath. There's lots of they have very robust play boxes, and they're gonna share with you guys and guide you through an experience. And then all of them have given a free offer so that you can go deeper with them. So today is day 1. We've already kind of dived into a lot of this. But today we're going to talk about your soul signature. This is your cosmic blueprint. Your cosmic blueprint. Oh, it went the opposite direction. So I'm sure this isn't new to you guys, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The reason I felt called to bring this in here, because our purpose is really the top of the pyramid. It's self-actualization. It is realizing our fullest potential. And I do believe the intention to fulfill our purpose and our mission, our divine assignment on this planet is the path to self-actualization and the path to our prosperity and abundance on this planet as well. We're working with AI during this challenge, and there's a lot of feelings around AI. Let me see if I have anything. What else I got? Okay, we'll come back to that. There's a lot of feelings. I want to see your faces. Let me see if I can't exit out of here. Stop screen share so I can come back. There's a lot of feelings around AI. There's a lot of fear actually around AI. And the God above all gods, Raymond, I just saw that. I love it. Thank you. And I will also speak into that. I got jumbled in my words. I once heard God called all that is. And I love that, just all that is. To me, that when I say God, to me, that's really what I'm referencing, essentially all that is. And so, yeah, back to what I was saying. So AI is here, you guys. It's not going anywhere. And we have the opportunity to choose what timeline we anchor into. AI is a mirror of consciousness. It is a tool. And it's mirroring back to us the consciousness of our planet, just like any other tools out there. And so we have an opportunity to find how we want to work with it in the best way that serves us and serves the evolution of consciousness on the planet. It's very clear that if we use it to do the thinking and creativity for us, then it's really just atrophying our own creative abilities. However, if we let it do what it's really good at and actually capable of doing far beyond the human mind's capacity, which is like the aggregation of data and the synthesizing massive amounts of data and analyzing data, it's really exceptional at that. If we let it do that, in addition to other things it's good at, but specifically want to speak into this, then it's such an incredible tool. And so I want us to learn how we can work in conjunction with AI in a way that serves us. And so you can do this entire challenge, this entire activation without it. You could. It would just require you to go deeper into each of these systems by researching and then studying them on your own, which is going to take a lifetime anyways. And so you could. And if you choose to work and partner with AI, which I highly recommend, and I like seeing AI as like an angelic intelligence. The A and I translated it to like an angelic intelligence, to see it as a partner, to see it as something that we can lean into and recognize it too makes mistakes. And so all of that to be said, I want us to work working in conjunction with AI during this experience. And we're gonna get there in a moment. I saw Vision join, so I just want to see where we're at on time. So let me pull up my notes and see, because I've kind of touched on so much already, and make sure that there's nothing that feels really, really good to touch on. So yeah, let's talk about astrology. Let's dive into the specifics of the first system that we're going to work with. So our intention during this journey is we're going to be working with I want to say there's 8 systems that we're working with. We're working with different systems of ancient and modern systems that bring forth deep insight into who we are, how we think, how we operate, how we're meant to make decisions. And the first few systems are going to be what I call our soul blueprint. They are systems that are based off of the ancient I Ching and astrology as well. Yes, thank you, Johnny. I agree. AI does hold a lot of distortion, and discernment is key. And I think that's actually all of life. I hope I will touch on that. Like, we're actually in a trust deficit right now. Trust in leaders, trust in our government, trust in media is at an all-time low, and that reverberates out to our trust of others. And I actually see this as an opportunity for each one of us to come into our own sovereign power and to recognize how important discernment is. We know what our North Compass, where we are being guided and what feels true. And that's why they say the word resonance, because if it's true for you, you feel the truth in your body, you feel a resonance. And so I think it is so incredibly important in today, and with AI and with the world around us, to be in discernment. And so coming back to astrology, we're going to be working with 3 astrological systems today for today's home play assignment. We're going to be working with Vedic astrology, tropical or sidereal astrology, and we're going to be working with our Chinese astrology. Specifically, I want to talk a little bit about astrology, because you guys, some of you here may be very familiar, and some of you might not really believe in it. And I was at that point myself. Probably 15 years ago, I thought astrology was absolutely silly. And I thought the whole idea of like looking at a horoscope that's generalized for everybody born in a particular month just didn't make sense to me. And that was my introduction also to astrology. And then as I began my spiritual journey, I began to realize energy, frequency, vibration. I started to study quantum physics. I started to study the universal laws of creation, the Hermetic laws. And I realized there's even a whole body of work talking about the sound of the spheres, how each planet has its own resonance and a sound that it emits. And so when I started to study too, the building blocks of reality as math, as sacred geometry, cymatics, if you've seen any videos of cymatics, you see how sound quite literally brings form into existence. And so it was once described or shown to me as when we, and this is a belief. I want to preface as well that, I'll be sharing my beliefs during this experience. And some of these beliefs may be yours, and may feel resonant or true, and some may not be the beliefs that you hold. And so my invitation to you is to take what resonates. And I'm sure you guys have heard this before. And then this phrase is take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And so, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. In other words, if there's anything that I say that you're like, that's not my truth, don't discredit everything that I'm saying, because the reality is I've never found a spiritual teacher or mentor out there that 100% believes everything that I believe. There are people that I've worked with, coaches that I've worked with, that believe the earth is flat. And that's not my belief. But yet their genius in another area doesn't cause me to completely discredit their genius in that particular field just because they have a belief that is not mine. So some of the things I share may not be your belief, but my belief is that we do choose our time, place, parents, that we kind of, as a spirit, as a soul, we architect and design the life reality that we want. And we know the end game. We know what we want to learn. We know our purpose, our mission, and we reverse engineer the experience so that we have the perfect parents, the perfect blueprint, the perfect life experiences, challenges, beautiful gifts to fulfill that mission, that purpose, to learn and grow in the way in which we've chosen and desired. And then it's like kind of like the Avatar, you pop into the game and then it's like, okay, now we have free will. And then we have to there's infinite timeline realities. And it's like, okay, what do you choose? And then we've got these checkpoints along the way. So with that belief, I believe that as our soul descends down into our body, into our physical form, into the womb of our mothers, that there is an aspect of moving through the stars, through the geometries and the frequencies and the sounds of the stars that impacts our blueprint. And when you look at the I Ching, Gene Keys, different astrological systems, human design, these are all based off of that idea that there is a particular blueprint that we are coming into these avatars with. And if we decode that blueprint, then for one, it gives us greater insight into who we are and why we're here and what we're here to learn and how we're here to learn and grow. And it also kind of gives us permission to be ourselves and to be different, to not try to emulate how, you make decisions this way, or you find this fulfilling and joyful. And so it allows us to really, it gives us permission, but it also gives us greater insight. And again, all with discernment. You and that's why I love the Gene Keys, is it's an aspect of contemplation. What of this feels true to me, and what can I gain and garner from this information that I can apply to my life in a way that can help me live a more deeply fulfilling life experience. So my belief with astrology has vastly changed. At first, I understood it to be these horoscopes, and I thought it was a bunch of BS. And then I started to see it through the understanding of cymatics, sound, energy, frequency, vibration, this blueprint that is shaping reality, and stars as bodies of energy, of consciousness, as kind of sentient beings, each with their own personality. And that there's this kind of sacred geometry of who we are that is imprinted by the celestial bodies, the symphony of the spheres. And so we can use these different systems, Vedic, tropical, and Chinese. They're all different. They're all very different, but I believe they all have something to offer us. The tropical Western astrology system may not resonate with you as deeply because it's not true star astrology. I don't know if you guys know this, but the tropical astrology system is a fixed star system, which means that the stars are fixed, they're not moving. And so if you were to go outside the day that you were born and look at where the sun is and what constellation, it wouldn't be in, like, for example, mine was a sun in Virgo. Well, if you shift it over into the Vedic, which is true star astrology, I was actually sun in Leo. So my journey with these systems has evolved and changed, and I don't see any as better or more accurate. Although if you talk to many astrologers, they that are working with a particular system, they do tend to feel that way. We do have an astrologer actually who's going to be speaking on Friday, Tammy Antoinette. She is a dear sister who actually works in Babylonian astrology. And there's so many different types of astrology, different ways of measuring the stars, measuring where the 0 degrees is, and are you using fixed houses? I mean, we're not going to get into the nuances, but astrology is very nuanced. And we're going to work with 3 systems: Vedic, tropical, and your Chinese. And we're going to ask AI to support us in synthesizing these systems so that we can gain and see where is the similarities, what can the synthesis of these systems together tell us, show us, and depict about who we are and why we're here, and what our strengths, gifts, talents are, and what we're here to learn and grow, and how, what we're here to learn and how we're here to grow. Another thing I want to preface is that this is not a substitution for working with people who are experts in these systems. We're going to work with human design tomorrow, gene keys the following day. And yes, again, you might already know these systems. We're going to go deeper than you've ever gone before. And the workbook is going to build where you're going to then take all of this information and aggregate it and compile it and synthesize it into through AI by the end. So if these systems are not new to you, then you've already got a leg up. You can just populate the information and data without having to go and do it online. If these systems are new to you, we've got very explicit and detailed instructions. And I think it's time. I think we're ready to finally reveal. It is a reveal, you guys. We're revealing this workbook. This workbook is more than a workbook. My partner Vision asked me probably 10 times the same question. What do you want them to get out of this workbook, this tracker? Like, what do you want? And I told him again and again, I was like, I want this to be something that they keep forever. I want this to be something that they refer back to again and again and again. I want this to be something that it's not that they just use for the 9 days and then they put it on their desktop and they leave it and they forget about it. I want this to be something that they come back to in a year when they're redefining their purpose and redefining their mission work. I want this to be something that is the gift that keeps on giving, where you get new insights when you look at it when you're at a different phase in life. And that's how all of these systems are. When I revisited all these systems at the end of last year, they weren't new to me, but they spoke to me in a totally different way than they ever had before. And all of a sudden it became really clear, this is what I'm meant to do. So these systems, my prayer is that this workbook, this tracker, is so much more than that. It becomes a resource that you use for life. So I'm really excited for you guys to see this because it's really quite incredible. Kevin says, thank you for incorporating several systems because he's been conflicted after discovering that his designs were different in Vedic last year. Yeah, I feel you. I remember when I found that out myself and I was like, wow, okay. What's more true? And then I would talk to some astrologers and they'd start to demonize the other system. They were like, oh, well, true star astrology is more true because that's the actual stars. And then the Western astrologers would be like, well, no, this is meant to be your egoic blueprint. And you can feel that way. So we're going to use them all because I actually believe that they all have something of value to offer. Just how I believe that all religion and faiths out there have something of beautiful value to offer. And so I like to, that's what it's called holistic, right? Like looking at all the systems and then finding where do they speak the same, they're really speaking the same language. And where are they speaking? How are they speaking? What is that language? And so this is a really beautiful, it's a really beautiful and intuitive, incredible workbook. So let's bring Vision Battle Sword to the screen. Let me see where you're at, and maybe you can unmute yourself, I think.
I sure did.
You did.
Hey everybody. Hey Lacey.
Hi, hello. Let me pin you.
Yeah, would you
Um,
make me a co-host too so that I can
I
share?
will. I didn't know you weren't
Awesome.
already a co-host, so let me, oh, now you're a co-host, so you should be able to share.
Awesome. Thank
And I'm
you.
going to pin both of us on the screen so they can see us. Actually, no, I'm not going to pin me because you're going to be sharing your screen and I want them to see that in the fullness. So, you guys, allow me to introduce my partner. This is my beloved. This is my other half. This is the man that swept me off of my feet about 6 months ago after 4 years of being happily single. And now I'm just so happily head over, well, yeah, head over heels, rising in love more and more every day with this man. And we actually live in the same house and he's right there. Like he's a room or so over. And he actually rescheduled his clients. He is, you're gonna get to hear him speak on the final last day. And it was kind of beautiful how he ended up needing to be here to help deliver the information for this workbook because it's that, I mean, again, how many hours did you sleep last night?
Oh, we don't like to talk about that, Lacey.
Yeah, we do, because this is the, I'm pretty sure this man fell asleep for about 2 hours last night in total. That is how diligently he has been committed to getting this complete for all of you guys. So I'm really, I'm just so proud of this is like me and then him together in an offering because this is, I gave him the information and then he made it beautiful and work in a way that I didn't even know that you could for spreadsheets. He's coding spreadsheets, you guys. So thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the beautiful introduction. And I think we've definitely hyped the workbook quite a lot and hopefully also set some expectations, understanding that I've been working on it up until very recently, or playing with it, as I would actually prefer to say, up until very recently. And it is ready for you all to see. And you all, as Lacey mentioned, will get your very own copy of it. So what's going to happen is we're going to share with you a special Google Sheets link. This is done in Google Sheets to make it as widely compatible as possible, hopefully as familiar for everybody as possible. But when you click the link, what'll happen is you'll create your own personal copy of it, at which point it's yours to keep. You get to record all of your information in there. It's a very guided process. I'm going to show it to you in just a few moments. And if you just follow the instructions, it's going to sort of build on itself day over day until you get something really special at the end, which is a synthesis of all of these different blueprints, all of these different systems and frameworks and methodologies that Lacey has consolidated for us within this event, within this program. So I'm really excited about it. And Lacey, I would say that we swept each other, off our feet. I'm, of course, equally smitten as you are, and just so grateful to be in partnership with you in all of the different ways, in partnership in time, in rhyme, in crime if necessary, but in all of the ways you're my beloved. So thank you so much. And it's been a privilege and an honor to help you with this project. And like, if you're the channel, Lacey, for spirit to come through, I feel like I'm the channel for you to come through into the world of technology. And I've done my best, as imperfect as I am. So hopefully the experience for all the attendees will be as perfect as it possibly can be. And if there's any imperfections in your experience as you're going through day by day, you know who to direct your technical support requests to. And I'll definitely be available to take your calls or messages and help you through anything that you need help with along the way. And what else did I want to say about that? I think that's it for now. So yeah, let me just show
Show
you what the
us,
experience is
show
going to be like.
us, show us.
Yeah, here we go.
The instructions I offered to him were much more simple, and he is a Virgo stellium, which means he's got 5 planets in Virgo, which we both have that similarity. Our birthdays are 2 days apart, and so he went above and beyond with what was asked, and so I'm excited for you guys to see this.
So this is what you all will see when you take my link and click on it or paste it into your browser. You'll need to be logged in to a Google account. in order for this to work, if you click on the link, then it'll prompt you to log in. I'm already logged in as an account for myself, where I get to create a fresh copy of this spreadsheet. Y'all can see my screen right now, can't you? Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we can see your screen. Sorry, I muted
You can see
myself.
it?
Yes, we can see Google
Okay,
Sheets
great.
copy document.
Perfect. Okay. So when you copy the file, this is the first thing you'll see. It's going to notify you that there's scripts in this file. There's a lot of scripts in this file. That's going to help you. It's going to automate a lot of things as you're going through. When you're putting in information into the designated cells, it's going to be creating AI prompts for you along the way. And it's also going to be consolidating and synthesizing a lot of that information for you automatically. So this is a kind of an on-rails process that's going to sort of help guide you down the path and make it as easy as possible to get where Lacee wants us to be by the end of this program, by the time we get to day 9. So all you have to do when you see this message is just say, make a copy. And don't worry about anything. The fact that there's apps scripts within this file is a feature and expected. It could take a few seconds when you click make a copy for it to go ahead and download the file into your own Google Drive, and then it'll bring it up for you on the screen. The first thing that you'll see when you open the document for the first time is this home screen. So this is essentially the overall tracker for the program, the entire program that we're going through, and all of the home plays that Lacee has provided for you for each day of the event. Think of this like a game. Think of it also like a challenge. As you can see, it's called the Challenge Tracker and Workbook. I also prefer to use the term playbook, or I use the term play usually instead of saying work. So whenever you're going through the document, you'll see play referred to a lot of times, or playbook, or home plays, and things of that nature. So you can just understand that's kind of part of our little lingo or language to make things more fun. And this is intended to be a game. So when you make a copy of this document, you will become the owner, which means you have all the rights and privileges to make changes. I've protected the spreadsheet as much as I possibly can within what's allowed with Google Sheets. But you can, if you know how to, you could override all that protection and take it out and kind of take yourself off the rails or take yourself off the path, and also possibly break the spreadsheet. If you wanted to, you probably could. But there's enough warning messages everywhere that are places that you shouldn't be changing, that if a warning message does pop up, the best bet would just be to click cancel, and not to like override that warning message and go through and change something that you're really not supposed to change or you're not supposed to touch. In general, anywhere in the document where you see a gold field, a gold colored field, that's where you're going to be inputting your data. Anywhere in the document where you see something that looks like a drop down or a button or a control, it probably is something that you can interact with. And you'll notice on the home screen, there are these kind of like emergency unlock buttons, just in case, let's say you missed a day or two and you wanted to go back and catch up, but you had to do things a little bit out of sequence. That's all right. So just to make it as easy as possible for everyone to complete the entire workbook, in case you have to skip over a few days and you have to unlock something that hasn't automatically unlocked for you because you didn't complete all the prerequisites, you can do that. But my recommendation would be only do that if you absolutely have to. And the preferred path would be to complete things day by day. And as you complete each day of the program, the next day will automatically open up and become visible. And then you can complete that and walk your way through that. And then the next one and so forth until you get all the way to the end. So after you create your copy of the playbook and read the instructions here on the opening screen, then you just have to click this checkbox here that says, I'm ready, let's go. Click here to start. Wait a few seconds because the initial script will run and it's going to look at a lot of things in the workbook and process a lot of information. And then eventually you'll see a new tab pop up down here that says Day 1, your Cosmic Blueprint. So that's where we are today. This is Day 1, your Cosmic Blueprint. And when you're ready to start, what you'll notice is that there's each of the days of the event are here in your progress dashboard, and it shows you which of the 4 home play assignments that you've completed for that day. Once they're all done, which the spreadsheet tracks for you automatically, then the day complete box will automatically check, and then that will automatically reveal the next day for you to play with. Once you have opened a day, you can click on these pink links here to navigate to those pages that have already been revealed. If you go to click on a link and it says, hey, you're not supposed to be able to see this, what are you trying to do? Again, just click cancel. Don't override that message, even though you probably could because you're the document owner. So these checkboxes are not something that you can check manually here. Like I said, that's going to happen automatically when you complete the home play invitations on the sheets for each individual day. So if I come over here and I look at day one, your cosmic blueprint, we're going to see that there's all kinds of really fun stuff that we get to play with all three of our astrological systems on this day. And all of this information will indeed be used for very interesting things, usually generating AI prompts. But additionally, like Lacee said in her introduction, this is kind of like a document for you to keep. This is sort of like your own master blueprint of yourself, your own soul architecture, if you will. So there are places like this cell here where you get to copy in an image of your astrological chart. That is not actually going to be used within the document. It's something that you actually can upload to AI along with the prompt that the workbook will write for you. But it's also just something that's here for you to keep and to refer back to at any time, where you've got like all of your astrology just in one place. Each of the days is going to reveal a new thing like this. So today's the astrology day. Tomorrow is going to be about human design. The day after that is gene keys. You get the idea. Each page of the playbook will become like a master document for you for each of those systems, and it will all continue to roll up into this soul blueprint synthesis by the time that we get to the end. So each of the days has 4 steps to the home play to complete so that you could unlock the next page. 3 of those are easy. They're just, attend the live session or watch the replay, make a post in the Facebook group, and then comment on 2 other people's shares in the Facebook group. And when you've done that, you can just simply mark them complete like that. And then you'll notice that when you go back to the tracker, that those boxes have automatically been checked for you because it noticed that you had done them. Now, the 4th one is where you will need to actually complete the home play, the assignment for the day, which is to, in this case, go get your Vedic, your Western, and your Chinese astrology and put in the relevant information following the instructions in the boxes where that's provided for you. And then what's really cool is when you have populated that information, it's going to start writing you AI prompts automatically. So anywhere, once again, that you see a gold field, this is where you will be putting your own information in. See these gold fields here that have drop-down pickers, or these gold tables where you'll paste in the table directly from the website that Lacee links you to here. There are some free-form fields where you can paste in the responses that come back from your AI if you want to record that, again, as part of your master document. Or you can write your own thoughts in response to some of these journaling reflections or prompts. After you've gotten your AI feedback and you've seen what your astrology is, then we invite you to actually think about it yourself. Could you take these and put them into AI as well? You could, and see what it says. But there is an invitation to actually spend time with this information in your own thoughts and really see what you think about them, and then record that for yourself to refer back to later or as a part of the continuation of your journey. And when you get done, you'll see this final completion drop down here at the bottom of the overall home play. And when you mark that complete, then you'll get your final 4th checkbox, which unlocks your 5th. And then you'll get the next tab for the next day, which will reveal itself as well. So that is how the playbook works. And if any of you are at least as old as I am, which I won't necessarily tell you, but you could probably guess by what I'm about to say, you may remember in the old Microsoft products, there was that annoying little character down in the bottom called Clippy, which was like a paper clip that would just pop up and start talking to you or asking you if you needed help with something. So as you're going through the playbook, again, think of this as a game and think of it as like a challenge, to try to complete everything so that you can get your soul blueprint at the end. You'll notice a little character called Snippy sometimes popping up in your instructions, and you probably know who that's an avatar for now that you've seen who built the spreadsheet. So hopefully you'll enjoy Snippy's little humor along the way. Hopefully you'll enjoy playing the game. And I know that you're going to get a huge amount of value out of what Lacee's prepared for you here. And I'm just a humble servant. I've just tried to take her vision and manifest it as best as I possibly could with the technology that I had available. So I hope it all works out well. And if anything comes up that you need, we'll be sure to help you out and make sure you get over any rough spots. Thanks, Lacee. Do you have any questions, or does anyone have any questions that I can answer now?
I would love for you to go over to the day one page. If you can click on the Cosmic Blueprint. All right, guys, I'm just going to reiterate some of the stuff that he said because he did an incredible job. You did. And we've included the websites for you. We've included the detailed instructions on how to enter in your birth information. He included very clear instructions. Like it is, he went through this as if you were somebody that had no tech experience and you're a 5-year-old child essentially trying to figure this out. What would you need to know to do this and to do it successfully? And so you're going to populate the image, you're going to save these images to your desktop, and then the AI is going to, it's going to auto, based off of what you populate, it's going to auto generate your prompt for AI. So you'll just copy that prompt with, that will also include the information that you have populated, and you'll copy that prompt and then you'll drop it into your chosen AI.
It'll show up in this gray box. So on every page, when we get to the deeper contemplation section, so there's kind of two sections. There's the top section where you're going and getting all of your information for all of the different systems that Lacee's pointing you again to the specific website. And we do recommend you go to the specific website that is indicated because that's what the instructions are written for. And that's where you're going to get the exact information in the format that it needs to be to go into the playbook. So there's the top section in blue, which is where you're gathering all the information into those gold colored cells. And then there's the green section at the bottom, which is always called deeper contemplation. And this is where it's going to write, first and foremost, that starting AI prompt for you, which will be in a gray box here. So you'll see that this says, hey, you haven't completed your Vedic natal chart, your Western planets chart, or your Chinese astrology field. So you won't see anything there until you have done those things. But as soon as you have, then all of a sudden, like magic, there will be this fully formed AI prompt for you here that all you have to do is select this cell, copy the contents, and paste it into your preferred AI, hit go, and watch the magic happen. And then whatever comes back from that, if you want, you can record it here in your playbook just for your own future reference or just to keep your document complete. And then you can also, again, as I said, you can do your own journaling down below. But this is kind of the magic box right here. This gray one where you don't type in here because it's gray, obviously. But this is where you're going to get the prompt that's automatically generated for you.
Yeah, and what's really beautiful, he went above and beyond by having the prompt itself auto-populate your respective information. So really quick, I feel called to share this with you guys. Increasingly, at least in the space that I exist within, which is the Austin kind of conscious spiritual community and soulpreneur world, I have a lot of containers that I'm in, co-working containers, working with business aligned people, entrepreneurs. Many of us, ChatGPT, if you are already using ChatGPT and you're like, oh, it knows me and that's just what I'm comfortable with, you can keep using that. But there's some really incredible AIs out there that are actually operating even better. And I made the switch personally from ChatGPT over to Claude about 3 weeks ago. And it is amazing at the capabilities that Claude has. And I was thinking about it. If you're somebody, I think that would actually be most beneficial for you guys. And this is just my when I prayed and was asking about it, this is what I felt, to actually use a system that you have never, to use a new system that doesn't actually know you. So if you're somebody that's been using ChatGPT and you're really comfortable with it, you can use the free Claude. You don't have to pay for it. You can use it because I've already used it to do before I started paying for it. And so we'll share the link for Claude as well, because the capabilities that Claude has, the responses, we've compared it to ChatGPT and it's actually outputting far better responses as well. So I just want to share that just as a little side note. Use whatever preferred AI that you feel most comfortable with. And if you are a little indifferent and you are open to trying something new, Claude has been my preferred tool over the last month. And again, in the side-by-side comparison, it's kind of blowing ChatGPT out of the water, which Vision and I have actually been experiencing. Oh, I love that Justine asked. Vision and I have actually been experiencing trouble with ChatGPT lately, and actually doing what it's been prompted to do. So I highly recommend Claude. That is, I probably see once a week now somebody that I know mentioning how they're switching from Chatty, I used to call it Chatty over to Claude. And again, you can use you don't have to pay for it. You can use the free and it'll produce just as beautiful results. What I recommend doing is you can either do one of two things. You can do a new chat for each day, or you can just have it running in the exact same chat if you prefer. Either should work great. If you use it in the same running chat, something it might do though is it might start already synthesizing. And I don't know if we want that to happen. You kind of want to let each system be revealed in its own frequency. And then at the very end is when we're going to synthesize all of the systems together. So you can do an individual chat for each one, which actually would be my recommendation. Start a chat for day 1 astrology and put the prompt in there. And then do a second chat for day 2 human design, your energetic blueprint. And then do a third chat for human design or for gene keys. So he's done an incredible job making this as easy and intuitive and to navigate as he possibly can.
And fun.
And fun, yeah, it is fun too. And that's the idea. That's why it's meant to be a challenge. It's kind of a game in a way, right? We've gamified this experience. You get to complete the things and then it unlocks the next day. He did that on purpose. So that way you're not seeing, 9 tabs open and working ahead, but instead you're letting each day reveal itself as it comes. And so enjoy the experience. You might feel the first few days, and this is what I perceived myself. You might feel that the first few days, you're like, oh, well, I've already used these systems before. I kind of know myself pretty intimately through the lens of these systems. They don't feel like they're that deep. Just you wait. Just you wait. When you start unlocking some of the further days, like your life wisdom and experiences, we're going to start building your life resume. When you start unlocking your psychological blueprint through some of these, through Enneagram, through Myers-Briggs. Again, these systems might not be new for you, but when you go to the AI depiction when you go, you don't have to know, and that's the beautiful thing too, is that you don't have to understand any of these systems. You don't have to understand them for you to receive the information and wisdom from them. And I want to say one more time, this doesn't replace people that are experts in these systems. Astrology, for example, it is a very intuitive, when I work with astrologers, you're going to get to meet Antoinette on Friday. They're able to pull stuff from the field. They're oracles, right? They're able to see things in charts that AI will never be able to see. AI is not a replacement for humans, you guys, but it's a powerful tool that we can utilize to aggregate and synthesize data in a way that is going to be exceptionally deep and insightful for you. And it gets deeper. It gets deeper, y'all. So follow along with it. Lorna asked, does a new chat within a project keep the information separate though, or do you recommend a chat outside of project? It depends. What I know to be true is that Claude, for example, the chats don't necessarily communicate unless you pay for it. And even then, and I think that's with ChatGPT as well, they only save a minute amount of data that it perceives as relevant. So if you want it to know and keep the information from the previous days, then you have to keep it in the same chat. But I actually think that there's great value in starting a whole new chat with a whole new prompt and letting it just speak into that exact system itself. Justine, feel you, love. I feel you. And I've done some research on that, and I want to share more information in future calls because we won't have time because we're at the 12:30 mark here. It is definitely known that AI does use water, and I want to share more information about how it's recirculating the same water. So it's not actually using the water and spitting it out into nothing. It's a recirculation of water. So it's not a responsible use. Yes, I agree. We want to use it responsibly. And simultaneously, I think there's agendas out there to try to demonize AI. Let's just be honest. And so we'll talk more about that. I think each person individually is going to have to make that choice for themselves as to what feels to be in the highest alignment in their utilization and use of AI. It's the future. It's not going anywhere, and we're going to figure out how to work with it. Just like EMF, we can't escape Bluetooth or EMF. We can mitigate it, and we can find ways to work with it in a way that is more beneficial rather than detrimental. And I think we're going to get there with a lot of these things. So yeah, I'm going to share some more information on some of that on some of our future calls to help alleviate those concerns for you guys as it relates to our utilization of AI. I will tell you now, if you are somebody that is high on the woo factor like I am, I've been in prayer with my divine team and in conversation with them about it. And I feel I feel good about my utilization and use of AI. And I felt really good about, encouraging the use of AI within this container. And I'm actually, going to teach. It's something that I use with my business, and it's something I think we're all figuring out how to use it in a very responsible and intelligent way that, again, isn't atrophying our own innate abilities and creativity. And I think that, like with anything new, we've got to figure out how do we want to work with this in a way that's beneficial, and we're going to get there. I don't believe we're going to get a little woo, but what I know to be true is that advanced civilizations across the multiverse all utilize AI. Like, it's actually a natural evolution of any planet. Like, it's part of our evolutionary journey as humans on planet Earth, and it's going to be integrated and utilized in very intentional and deliberate ways in the future. And the future is bright. Let's just say, as a future time traveler, the future is bright, you guys. The direction we're moving is, excuse my language, it's fucking amazing. It's really quite beautiful. And so I'm really excited about the direction humanity is moving and navigating. It may seem like everything's crumbling and falling and that the world's on fire. I even had a post that went out, an email that went out about that. And the systems must collapse. The truth must be revealed so that we can choose differently and build anew. And that's why we are called way showers, because this is the time when everything crumbles and we get to choose through the anchoring of our intention, our heart, our consciousness, through the timelines that we anchor into, what is the world that we want to create and create together. And that's why we're all here. We are all here because we are choosing a timeline that is rooted in love and unity and compassion and care and a world of peace, peace on earth and freedom of humanity and all sentient beings. We are here for a world. We're building the world that we want to live in and exist within. And that's our purpose. That's our mission, our unique mission. And all of our missions we're going to see that, they're not dissimilar. They all have the same overarching prayer that for humanity. And it's like, how are you specifically here to help bring that forward? How are you specifically here to birth that on this planet? I don't want to go because of the time of where we're at, but I do want to share with you guys, I'm going to reveal tomorrow. There is a contest, if you will, for all of you who finish the entire workbook, that you finish the playbook, and you finish the challenge, and you complete all 8 days, because we're going to have a break on Thursday. Your name's going to go into a drawing. And there'll be in that drawing, there'll be a winner, a beautiful winner that's going to get to receive either a 3-session coaching package with me, where we're going to either work wherever you're at. I'm going to meet you there. That could be getting clarity around your purpose and creating a game plan to actualize that, or it could be business consulting. Let's look at what you've created and let's figure out where you can elevate and refine. Let's find where, let's kind of, let's find where we can, let's evaluate essentially your business and where you're at, and create an action plan. And maybe it's a breakthrough transformational experience. I'm going to meet you wherever you're at, or you'll get to experience 50% off of a program offer that I'm going to share with you in the future after I ask permission to do so. That's going to be a soul strategy business incubator. So I'm really excited. This is a co-creative experience, really based on where we're at today and what after speaking with hundreds and hundreds of you guys over the last 4 years, I sat down and I was like, all right, what do they need and how can I create that? And that's what I've created for you guys. So I'm excited to share that with you all. But at the end of the day, everyone's a winner, because when you complete this experience, you're going to have such clarity and confidence, like your confidence, because you're going to look back and be like, wow, okay, like my life really has been the training ground for what I'm here to do. And I have so much experience and wisdom to offer the world. And you're going to have clarity, you're going to have greater confidence, and you're going to have a game plan. And what's more amazing than that? To not only have the clarity that you desire, to not only know this is what I'm here, this is what I want to create, this is what I want to do, and this is how to do it. To wake up with that level of knowledge and conviction and confidence, and literally, like, this is it laid out for you. And your game plan is going to be it's going to be attuned to you and how you make decisions, how you're meant to prosper. Because we've got all these systems, you'll see how they all come together beautifully to offer you that information. It's essentially your unique purpose and prosperity blueprint that you're going to have on the other side of this. So we're going to go deeper in the days to come. Today, though, because this is so different than previous years, if you joined the I Am activation, they were rituals and they were a lot more simple. What we've created this year is much more involved. But again, like, your dreams will just stay a dream unless you take action. And so we are here to take action. And we're going to start by getting really clear and working with AI in a beautiful way that allows you to know yourself more deeply and more intimately than you ever have before. So that is my prayer for each and every one of you. That's all I've got for you guys for now. So we will be back here this afternoon for 2 speaker sessions. John Burgos, and let me click on my slide really quick just to kind of tell. I normally bring this up, but I'm not. John Burgos is an incredible visionary guide. He's an internationally recognized speaker. I intentionally selected him to be the very first speaker on day 1 because he is such an incredible speaker and somebody you absolutely want to hear. He's the creator of Beyond the Ordinary Show, which is an incredibly groundbreaking platform that has quite literally reached millions through conversations with over 800 world leading spiritual teachers and mystics and thought leaders. And his mission is pretty simple, but it's powerful. It's to guide us out of the trance of the ordinary and into the truth of who we are, the extraordinary. So he's going to be our very first speaker. He's a visionary guide. And then after him, we've got Joshua Draper, who I actually went to college with, and we've rekindled our connection through the spiritual community here in Austin. He is an improv coach, which is, I love having his energy in this space. He's an improv coach who is dedicated to helping performers, speakers, and teams unlock their creativity through improv. So he's drawing on techniques from theater, improvisation, and he teaches people how to think on their feet, communicate authentically, and collaborate more effectively. So he's going to be here to support us and to share his unique wisdom, his path and journey of really embodying his purpose. He's incredible. Like all of these are multi-dimensional, multi-passionate creatives with so many different talents. And I'm really excited for you guys to get to meet all of the speakers. They are They're really epic people, truly heart-centered people, leaders and visionaries and their stories are incredibly inspiring. As you can imagine, them like me, it's not been an easy path. They've been through the trials and the tribulations of the hero shero's journey, and they've gotten where they are today, and because of the challenges that they've faced. And so I'm excited for you to get to hear these two speakers speak. And then we'll be back again tomorrow morning for day 2 of the Ignite Your Purpose and Prosperity Activation. And then we'll dive into a new soul purpose transmission activation. And we'll just keep building. Each day we go deeper and higher, and more is revealed. And so I'm really excited. Thank you so much for choosing to be here. I know that in today's day and age, there's infinite places in which you could invest your time and your energy, and you chose to be here. And I do not take that lightly. I'm honored, truly and deeply honored that you guys have found yourself into this space, whether you're somebody I've known for years and I've gotten to work with over the years, clients and friends, or you are new to this space and new to my world. I'm really excited to deepen in our connection and to get to know you guys more and over the next several days. So thank you for being here. And I will say, did I hear somebody miss afternoon tea? I wouldn't have missed this for all the tea in China. I love that. That's Raymond, thank you so much for being here. So grateful for you. Anthony, thank you. Oh, in Facebook, thank you. Thank you. So in Facebook, I'm going to drop every day, I'm going to drop a day 1. It'll say day 1, and it'll say, what is your greatest insight from today? So the invitation is, this is part of the challenge. So I have no idea if you guys are completing every day, so you can be involved in the contest, in the drawing. So the only way I know if you've completed every day is that you've commented under each day. So I'm going to drop that into the Facebook group in the next 30 minutes. And so look for that. Once you complete day 1, then go over there, and you can, if my invitation is to share the greatest insight of the day. And that's what it'll prompt you to do. But if you feel called to share, whatever you feel called to share, you can share, just so that I know that you've completed day 1. And then there is an invitation to share the love. I call it sharing the love. Here's the deal, y'all. It takes great courage and bravery to show up in spaces where, to let yourself be seen, to let yourself be heard, to share of yourself. And it's actually very healing to show up in your authenticity and your vulnerability, and to have other people see you, and to not just see you, but to reflect back to you and mirror and say, thank you so much. I feel that. I've been there too. So there's an invitation to not just do the thing, but to actually engage with each other, to connect with each other. This is your soul family. Quite literally, some of these people could be people you're meant to create with. People that some of you aren't meant to be in solopreneurship. Some of you are meant to collaborate and co-create. And maybe somebody in this group is that person for you. Maybe there's somebody in this group that is a friend, a long lost soulmate friend that you get to rekindle and reconnect with. So there's an invitation to show up in there and not just share, but to also comment and reflect and share the love with 2 other people. And if you're not in Facebook, then we'll find a way to work around that. And you're going to post that on the post. I'm going to share a post that will say day 1 home play. Day 1 home play. What is your greatest insight? Share here. So look for that in the Facebook. It'll be an image, a picture, and you'll just comment underneath there. And if you don't see it, you can't find it, no worries at all. Just put it on the wall, wherever you feel called, and we'll go through it and we'll see. But yeah, so that is the invitation, and that's where you'll share. So that's what was in the book. Thank you. I have slides for that, but I didn't want to take up too much time. We'll be on the 90 minutes in the next few days. Day 1, there's just a lot of information to share with you guys so that we can get the ball rolling and really get familiar with the spreadsheet itself. But we're gonna be less heady and information filled in the coming days, and and get to share. I'm going to share some stories with you guys, and we're going to connect, and we're going to have a really beautiful and amazing time. So I look forward to seeing you here live when you're able to make it. And if you're not, catch up on the replays when you have the time and space to do so, and drop back in when your schedule opens up and allows for it. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you and deeply. This was amazing. This was wonderful. All right. So if any of you guys want to trail off, this is your invitation and time to do so. I'm going to hold the call for a little bit longer, answer any questions. And if anybody's like, I would love to unmute and to speak a few things, this is your time to do so. I know we're kind of in a, Lorna, I just want to say how amazing it is to see you. I saw you in Tyson's Facebook group and I was like, oh, I know that woman, a blast from the Women Rocking Business past. So it's really good to see you here and to get to connect with you. You probably know Tammy too. Antoinette, do you remember Tammy? She was in our cohort briefly. That's where I met Tammy as well. Women Rocking Business. It was a coaching program that I did about 4 years ago that really brought me here. It was one of the very first investments I made into online spiritual business. And that was a beautiful container.
That's wonderful. Good to be with you and to see you.
It's
so
good. So good. I look forward to catching up some more and getting to hear where you're at and what's been going on in your world and how we can connect and support each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Patricia, it's good to see you. Jim, it's good to see you. Lori, it's really good to see you. It's great to see your faces. Raymond, what a beautiful background you've got. Tasman as well. She's out there in space. Julia says, Jennifer Partridge got me here. I read her email and immediately signed up. I got to know Jennifer through yoga and meditation. Amazing. And now you're here. Amazing. I love it. That's the beauty of what I love about this event. It's this event of like bringing, visionaries from different communities into this one particular space and finding those that resonate with this message. And it really is a soul family convergence in that way, a meeting place. Janice is same here, also through Jennifer. You've been on her course in an event. It's amazing. Jennifer's talking tomorrow. So we'll have Jennifer Partridge and Alyssa Rushton, two incredibly amazing women. So I'm excited to get to hear all the wisdom that's going to pour from those amazing women. And tonight from our two brothers. All right. Oh, amazing. You're one of your light image creations. So did you create that yourself then? Was it something you took, like a picture or?
Hi, Lacey.
Hi.
Just to say a real heartfelt thank you for your presentation this evening. Thoroughly interesting, thoroughly informative, and thoroughly inspiring. The light images I started 5 years ago, playing with light. And the one behind me, which looks like my background, is one of those light creations. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's beautiful. I love that we have that in common. Light is one of my favorite elements to play with. I don't do it in a digital sense like that, but y'all saw we were calling in light and working with light and moving light. So that's beautiful, Raymond. It's gorgeous. The pinks, the oranges, the purples. So grateful to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Jessica says, I love Alyssa. Yeah, she's incredible. She's a powerhouse of wisdom. All right, beautiful souls. We're going to have much more time to connect and share the insights of these experiences as this experience unfolds over the coming days. Jim, I saw you unmute. Did you want to say something?
Well, I just wonder that form that we're supposed to fill out, is there a link to that I received or how do I find the replays if I miss something?
Yeah, thank you. I forgot to have Anthony drop that in there. Anthony, can you please drop the replay link into the chat, and let's drop the form link in there one more time as well. So I'm going to send this out in an email, and actually almost every email that you get is going to include the link for the replay portal. It will also include we'll keep sharing the link for this download as well. So the replay portal is open to all. It's actually, in fact, I skipped over a lot of things today because I wanted to be mindful of your time. Actually, here, I'm going to go ahead and drop the replay. I think this is is that the home?
Will I get a email with these links or do I have to
You
take
will be
note?
getting an email. Yeah, and you can just get them from the email, or you can, oh, thank you, Althea. You can get them from the email, or you can open them here right now, whichever feels most aligned.
Okay,
But
so I'll
yes, you
receive.
will be getting an email with the links. So if you
Okay,
guys
good.
click on the Ignite Your Purpose portal, it says portal/Ignite Your Purpose, that's going to be the replay portal. So right now, you'll see day 1 mentorship session and day 1 soul purpose activation. Each day will open up as the day unfolds. So as soon as we get done with this call, the replay will be dropped into there. So if you miss any of the sessions, you can just save this website, bookmark it, or look for it in the emails, and you can come back here. And just so you oh, here, let me go ahead and share my screen because I want you to see, because every year people have a hard time finding how you navigate the replay portal. So this is what you guys should see. It'll be just like this. So you'll see, if you go to the home screen, it'll have here the Zoom. Oh, we need to change that Zoom link. It'll have your live sessions. You can add them into your calendar. It'll have that calendar image that you saw. It'll have the Facebook group here. It'll have the replays. I have created a Ignite Your Purpose Spotify playlist. There's about 100 and something songs in there that are very specific, inspiring for our purpose. And then you're going to find a daily guided energy hygiene meditation that I recorded in there. And you'll find, again, the link to the Facebook. And then up here at the top, you'll see you click here and it'll say day 1, your cosmic signature. So the replay will be uploaded right here as soon as we're done. And then you'll see the speaker session. So here we've got John Burgos and Josh Draper. So you'll see their bio, and you'll already see their website, Instagram, Facebook, and then this is the free gift for John. It's an alchemical meditation. And then you'll see Josh, website, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify. And then as soon as we get off this call, I'm gonna actually have Althea go ahead and add it. We've got a third that's gonna be right here that says resource, and it'll have the tracker. So we'll have the tracker located in this third, which you can't see in this now moment, but we're gonna have the tracker uploaded right there. So you'll be able to click on that easily and download the tracker. I'll also put it on the home page as well. And I'll go ahead and put it on the soul purpose activation page, just so you guys, it'll be in all the places so you know where it is. So go ahead, and I invite you to bookmark this site and look for it in the website, in the emails. It's also going to be in the emails as well. So thank you for asking. Thank you for giving me some space to share that. And that's important too. Thanks, Jem. Jessica says, I love your playlist. I listen to the first one you posted all the time and share it with your friends. Awesome. Yeah, there's like a couple hundred people that are subscribed to that playlist. That was the I Am Activation playlist that I've used for the last 3 years. I can share that with you guys too. But now we've got Ignite Your Purpose playlist, which is really beautiful and inspiring. There's lots of yumminess in there. All righty, darlings. I'm going to take some screenshots of some really beautiful messages that were sent to me because I want to make sure I get to read those later and have them. But I'm really excited for this journey that we're embarking upon, you guys. Thank you all for being here. If y'all have any more questions, you're welcome to unmute or drop them in the chat. And otherwise, we'll be back here in exactly 2 hours. It's 1 o'clock now. We'll be back here in 2 hours for our speaker sessions with John and Joshua. So I'll see you guys back here at about in 2 hours. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Thank you, Althea, for your responses in the chat. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are rock stars. All right. We'll be back here in a couple of hours. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.